right, guys. It's nice to have everyone chatty Cathy's and enjoying the afternoon, getting to know each other a little bit more, having good conversations. So, Beth, how are we looking for online? We all good? Okay, great. Well, welcome to the City of Travelers Rest Council Committee meeting for Monday, September the 9th. Our City Administrator, Shannon Herman, is out, so we brought all of our hard questions for Jay Martin this afternoon. So, but appreciate you filling in. We very grateful to have you both. Beth, you too. So we will kick off with our committee meetings. For those who might be new, we go through our committee meetings and we have all of our department heads to talk through pressing issues and reports that they provide to council. So we will start with our Public Works Committee with Chair Lane.
I open the Public Works Committee. Present are myself, Catherine James, and Sherry Mara. Do I have a motion to approve the August 5th Public Works minutes?
Motion to approve.
And I'm sorry, Catherine James is not here. Sorry. So it's just myself and Sherry Mara. I will second the minutes. Director Tate.
Good evening, everyone. Just have a couple of highlights here. We have a grand opening scheduled for Athens Park, September 19th at 5 o'clock. I met with some community members over there last week, and they're very excited to be partnering with the city for this. Hanging baskets will be installed around the gazebo area. We got about 6 that's going up first or second week of October, depending on the weather. We partnered with Mountain Laurel Garden Club on that one, so we'll be moving forward with those. The flowers in the beds around the sign and back down on Main Street, we're going to try to get those out this week, and we'll be going back in with some new installs there. We're already meeting on the Christmas parade. I know that's a little bit out, but we're working with the chamber on that one. Trailside Church has a workday scheduled September 21st, and we have a litter pickup the same day. We'd like to invite all you to come out and take part in that. In October, we're going to kick off a glass recycling pilot program. We have a grant that's been granted to us from the South Carolina Environmental Association, I guess. It used to be DHEC. A $15,000 grant, so we're going to pilot that for the next 12 months, and we're very excited on that, getting a lot of good feedback from that. Shred event is coming in October 26th, and that's another partner with the chamber. And that's pretty much all I have. Y'all have any questions for me? Anyone?
Does anyone on the committee have any questions? You guys have been doing a great job, so thank you. And it was nice to see Jake's. He's a very talented.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have the guys that we have all through the Public Works Department, but the intern program has, it's really been a hit for us. Jake's a very talented young man, and we enjoy, working with them and watching their skill set grow. Abe Evans came out of that program, and he's with us full time now. So as of 1st of July, he's doing an outstanding job. So I can't thank the staff enough that I have under me. Makes it a lot easier on me.
I was going to brag on Abe. I saw him Sunday just working as hard as he was out Saturday too, I believe. So very much appreciate him doing all those hard things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scott and Abe covered the concert event this past weekend at the Trailblazer. I think seven or eight different bands went off without a hitch. There was a very good turnout there and good response. And I want to add one thing. We have started a plant inventory list on the plants that are downtown. Thanks to some modern technology, we're able to identify and store some of that stuff. So,
does anybody else on council have questions?
I was just gonna say that over there at the corner of Poinsett and State Park, that parking lot looks tremendous. Those old boxwoods had to go, man.
We've got some improvements there.
It looks a lot better over there.
Thank you, sir. We have some improvements scheduled for that parking lot. Also, Center Street, that's where Trailside Church is going to be focused. And Jay and I have been in discussion on some replacement of trees in addition of some trees up there.
Can Jake really speak 5 languages?
The only one I I can assure you he can speak his English, because that's all I can speak. David asked me to say, he said,
That's
"Did you-"
super smart. Speak
he
five
said,
languages
"And
fluent."
I didn't realize he could speak 5 languages." I'm like, well, the one that really counts for me is English.
And
Maybe
Pig
you could
Latin,
just ask
Pig
where the
Latin.
restroom is or whatever, yeah.
I can assure you he speaks one. That's it. But sir, he's a very talented, smart young man. His plans are to go off to college, next fall. So hopefully we'll be able to keep him around through the summer.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Philip.
Thank you.
All right, Public Safety Committee Chair Byers.
Call to order the Public Safety Committee for September 9th. Present are myself, Wayne McCall, Sherry Mara, Brantley Vest, and Shanice Chris. Do we have a motion to approve the August 5th Public Safety minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. All right, Captain, he's ready.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Right now, we have 2 officers that's in training. One should be ready to go here within the next week. Other one, he has to go back through the academy. He was out for a little over a year, so he should be good to go probably in 4 or 5 weeks. And we have 1 opening right now, and we have 7 interviews coming up this Friday. So hopefully, knock on wood, we'll be able to get a good one out of that. And then after that, we'll be back up to full staff, hopefully. Other than that, I presented y'all with monthly totals for August. Does anyone have any questions for monthly totals?
Looks like it's been a good month. I know that you guys are working really hard, and you guys have had some creative conversations with Shannon about how to recruit and retain employees. And I just want you to know that we really appreciate all that you're doing. And I know the team is working a lot of overtime and putting in a lot of hours, and we're grateful.
Yeah, the officers have really stepped forward and come up and helped us out when we were short-handed, especially over the summer when, everybody wants to take their vacations, and then you got some that's out sick. So a lot of the officers have really stepped up and helped us out.
Thank you. All right, if there's no questions about the report, we're good.
I
Oh,
have something I'd like
go
to say. So thank you. We appreciate all the work that y'all did with the Free Hub Bicycle Shop with the accident that was on Main Street. I wanted to know, are there any lessons learned from that, or is it truly just accident or anything else we can change about infrastructure that could reduce that type of accident?
From what we gathered from the investigation, there's not really anything that the city could have done to prevent this. Without getting into too much detail before the case goes to trial, she was excessively speeding to the amount where she couldn't make the curve. And she just straightened out the curve and went into the building. There's really nothing that the city could have done to prevent this.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to ask that because I had someone reach out through email, and she's the board treasurer of Bike Walk Greenville and lives in the city limits, and said if there's anything that can help with contributing to ongoing efforts for safety and infrastructure, it's Maya, she's right there, that they're definitely a partner with the city, so as
Okay.
we're thinking about things.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Tim is, excuse me, were you through, Shanice?
Yes,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
done.
Are any of those signals, is there any lights, any cameras? Any cameras on any of those crossbars or anything at any of those intersections?
No, and the ones that we do have for DOT is actually live footage. There's not, like the ones that we have out on 25,
Yeah.
it's actually just live footage. There's
It's
no,
not- It's not a camera, it doesn't
there's no
record.
recording on it. It's just actual live footage.
I remember Chief talking about that at one time. I can't remember, there was a price tag associated with it.
Yeah,
Something had happened downtown.
He's still looking
Yeah.
into getting, camera systems, and, him and Philip Tate have, talked about it and looked into it, and we're still looking into price figures on
The
it.
camera stuff's probably still not admissible in court, though, I would think, is it not?
Sir?
The camera, that's not admissible in court, any kind of court hearing, is it?
No, if we had cameras, we could use them in
Or
court.
you can use them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think were they going to look for grants for that? I thought they were applying for some grants.
Yes, we are. We're still looking into that, and hopefully, it's not as fast as we would like for it to be, but it's, hopefully within the next year, we'll have some camera systems.
Told you those deer cameras that my husband uses are pretty cheap. It's like $100 a pop.
They are. You put one on the pole, it'll probably disappear, though.
Did the
If I
business
remember
have a
right, the
camera
problem-
inside?
Yeah,
don't
they
remember
they had
Shannon.
one inside, and we've got the footage from it, and it actually shows the vehicle coming into the business.
If I remember right, part of our conversation initially, Tim, with Philip and with the chief was that it's not the cameras that's the issue. It's the storage is the issue. The storage is
Yes.
very, very expensive.
Yeah, and storage is expensive.
Probably some of it could be put on a cloud, though, now, some of
Well, but
the
th-
digital
that's the
stuff.
problem. All that stuff is very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Captain.
Hello.
Normally, Matt comes up, but I wanted to come up this time and, because it's all still about the same accident. I was out of town, I was on vacation, and, I got many calls, all good. I mean, I just want to give a shout out to the guys for the job they did. I would have probably just messed it up, so it's a good thing I wasn't here. And, with them working with these other agencies, with the police department, with the emergency preparedness, and for the teams that come in and done all the shoring, everything went great. I don't think I got any negative comments, other than, you know, looking on Facebook, and that gets you all messed up. But that was all about the accident, not us. So I just want to do that and give a shout out to them. We really didn't have anything else, but we'll take any questions you might have. But as far as your storage on the cameras, I'm sure that's why the highway department don't store video from those cameras, because of the daunting task it would take.
Does anyone on the committee have questions for Chief about the fire report? Anyone on council?
I was curious, are we collecting any fees for false alarms, or have we not gotten to anybody having enough false alarms?
No,
for
nobody hadn't met the
residents?
requirement yet. So we hadn't had to, you know, upset anybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jay or Beth, I assume there's nothing to add for the building or municipal court report?
There is not.
Okay. Did anyone on the committee have questions about either of those on council? Great. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Right, Planning and Development Committee Chair
I'll
Beth.
second the motion.
Second that as well. Call to order the Planning and Development Committee meeting for whatever month we're in, September. Looking for a motion to adjourn our motion to approve our minutes.
Motion to approve.
From August 5th. Thank you,
Second.
Shannon. All right, nothing new on the report, but Jay, I'll give you a moment to highlight anything on the development report you'd like to bring up.
I added a couple things at the bottom that I would like to bring to your attention since we had the moment tonight. I was previously the chair of Trees Upstate, and currently I'm the secretary of Trees Upstate. And I found out that the city of Greenville is partnering together with Trees Upstate to make use of their tree fund to plant in and through the city of Greenville. And so we want to be able to pursue that same relationship with Trees Upstate as a city of Travelers Rest to make use of our tree fund to have plantings done around the city that would help our tree canopy and that sort of thing, and make use of the tree funds and put it into practice. It would also be very helpful to me and Philip to work with an organization like Trees Upstate. He stole my thunder a little bit on the other side of that. On the other side, the tree care is done by Schneider, and you'll notice around the park and everything, there'll be a tag on every one of those trees. We have them identified, and they know where they are and what the trees are up to as they take care of them. They have them on a schedule for how they're taken care of. In the same vein, I found these numbers to be pretty cool. They did a tree canopy study, Trees Upstate, and so our tree canopy in the city of Travelers Rest is 45%. You kind of go, well, man, that's lower than 50%. We're the highest in Greenville County by far. We exceed Greenville County, which has a 38% tree coverage. Anderson County is tied with us at 45%. The city of Greenville's running it at 36%. To give you an idea of larger areas, we're right alongside Charlotte and Atlanta, and the city of Greenville's lagging way behind those two. And so, to put it kind of in blunt, you know, it would be great to set a goal here of getting to 50%, you know, of tree coverage. I did some math today just to kind of figure it out, and these are daunting numbers. In order for us to get there, we would need to plant 88,000 trees. And so you go, you know, this big. It's like, all right, it's okay. What we really need to do.
Maybe you did the math wrong on that, Jay.
I did it several times, and I'm like, my goodness, this is. But 1% of tree coverage is a lot.
Yeah.
Is a lot. And so what we need to aspire to do is take advantage of our tree funds, and also as we have new development come in, they are also responsible for replacing tree calipers, and so those two things can work towards maintaining and improving our tree coverage, and that's the goal really, is to increase it. Let's not just hold where we are, but let's be moving towards it. It's not to go, sometime this year we've got to figure out where to find 88,000 trees, because that's a lot of trees. And so, but it's good to know where we are now and that we're leading the county in tree coverage, and that is a very important thing. Just educationally, it does not mean that we're 55% like impervious area. We're less than 10% impervious area here, so is Greenville County. So it doesn't mean just because it doesn't have trees, it's not vegetation of some kind. And then the last thing I wanted to, there's two other things. I wanted to say that I'm working together with Clemson Landscape Architecture. They have a class that is focused this semester on the Santee watershed, which is, that's a long way away, the Santee River, but all three of our rivers here, the Reedy, the Enoree, and the Saluda, all feed the Santee. And a professor reached out to me, and they were looking for an area to do a design project, do some research. And so we're discussing the development at the corner of Bowers Road and Coleman with the leftover piece of properties that are going to be preserved. The students looking at that for a potential project area and everything. I'll keep you up to date on what's going on there, and if we get to a point where students are able to present projects, that we get a couple of y'all involved to be able to go and hear what they're doing and that sort of thing. The last thing is one that I found out about today. There was a sign for a community meeting that was located over by the Food Lion Plaza, and it's a Greenville County sign, and I don't know about any community meetings, don't know if y'all did either, but there is a meeting on Wednesday night from 6 to 8 at the Travelers Rest Library. It's being put on by Greenville County. It's part of their comprehensive plan for a 5-year update on their comprehensive plan. I'm a little not happy that we were not made aware of that, and that it's last minute that I'm letting you know, but I wanted to let you know 6 to 8 on Wednesday. They have several areas that they're exploring more than others. Those areas that pertain to us a little bit, one of them is Slater Marietta area. Most of that area is actually, when they circle it online, is above Slater and Marietta. But there's another area called Enoree Paris Mountain, and the upper portion of the Enoree is just to the east of us. So that part of the future land use plan really does have a lot to do with us, because whenever there's any possibility of looking as to how the city may grow or anything like that, anything that I referred back to is going to look at the future land use plan. We won't have a future land use plan for anything that's outside of the city limits, so we're going to have to depend on what Greenville County's future land use plan in making any recommendations. So it would be very important that we could have some involvement in that process. And the link is on the website as of today.
Well, not yet.
No, not yet. It's going to be on the website, and so that link will take you to the Greenville County website that has information about the meetings, and they also have a survey that's there. It's a kind of generic, nothing survey, quite honestly. It's like, what density do you want to see in these areas? 2, 3, or 5? That's the survey.
Yeah.
So,
They were
but-
advertising it at Cherrydale on the orange board for like 2
Oh, okay.
weeks.
Were they? Okay.
It's on the county website, but it'd be nice to link to it for sure.
Yes. So we're going to link it, and
Oh, thank you. And our app.
Yeah.
Okay.
I apologize that it's late notice, but
Because it
as
was
soon as we
like
found out-
Cherrydale, and it was like Center Street. I was like, what in the world is
Yeah, it's
this?
like-
I think
And I
there's
didn't even see it.
another survey. I don't think these are the same things, but Greenville County has commissioned a group to do like a vision survey. Have you guys got this email as well? Because I sat on a call this week, and it was a group that Greenville County has commissioned to think about long-term planning, and it was more like top level. It wasn't in
Yeah.
the weeds about density, but that's something too we might need to push out because they wanted input from Greenville County residents.
We can find out
Okay.
information and
I'll
get
send
that
it to you
out
too, Beth. Yeah.
to our residents too, and get it through the website. I think would be vital.
Great.
Well, thanks for clarifying that, Jay. I actually went by the library and saw the sign, and the community and the library, neither one said what you said. So it's very nice to know it's clarified.
I started looking into it. I'm like, well, if it's a developer, because the sign is in a weird location.
Yeah.
And the one
It
at
felt like
library
it
is not
pertained-
orange,
yeah.
it's yellow.
That's
So I
right.
didn't even know it was Greenville County until I asked the library, but they don't have the correct information either, so,
Okay.
okay.
And-
It's
and
our
my-
app.
And the way it was located, it looked like it was for the plaza, and I'm like, why are they having a community meeting
Yeah.
for this piece of property that's in Travelers Rest and it's through the county? And so when I looked through, that's what it was, so. That is all I have. If you have any questions, I'd
Yeah.
be-
Anybody on the committee have questions for Jay?
I do. So I'm glad we're going to push out the meeting through the app and social. The information that you shared about the tree canopy, is that something that we should celebrate, that we could do on social media and the app? Or is that something that we want to wait till we get 50% tree coverage?
Well, it'll be a while for 50%. I do think-
88,000.
I do think there's something that we could come up with and put on there. And Beth had the information when I had it, and she was sharing it with me too. So
Yeah.
I
It
think
should
that'd
say
be
we're
nice.
better than the city of Greenville and Greenville County and list all of them that
Let's
we're
just
better
go with
than.
that.
Yeah.
We'll go with that one.
Well, I think that's nice because it goes with our brand too, being outdoors, quaint, riding bicycles. So I think that would be something nice to highlight.
All right, anyone on council have questions or comments?
I have a question and a comment. Just out of curiosity, majority of the trees, are they deciduous or coniferous?
That are located in and around the,
In
So
our
the-
canopy?
in the canopy, it doesn't decipher between the two. It deciphers canopy. So the canopy studies they do, I mean, it's really like looking at aerials and maps and not individually locating the trees, so.
But, you know, you can look at this over here and
Oh,
tell
that's-
this at one time was a tree farm.
Oh, yeah.
And on the north side up there going right by the hospital was also a tree farm when I was a
Right.
kid. And so I was just kinda curious if you know, the hardwoods had kinda taken back over. And also you were talking about the Enoree River.
Yeah.
Do know, or council does know, that on Tubbs Mountain Road, on north going outside the city, the little creek that you cross over is what starts the Enoree River. And just for, if it comes on around, the creek comes around, and actually on my property are the two springs that feed that creek. So that's the headwaters of the Enoree River start right here, and the Reedy River starts just outside the city limits.
That's exactly right. And nobody cares about the NRA. I'll say that for the record. Like, everybody, there's Save Our Saluda, Friends of the Reedy, and there's no NRA group. So, I grew up in Taylor, so the NRA like flows through Taylor's, and nobody's really ever cared about the NRA. It's just like no man's land over there, but it'd be great to get something started where there's some focus
Good idea.
put on the NRA.
Good idea.
It's a vital river basin that serves a lot of Greenville County. It separates us from Spartanburg County as it goes down and along, and it's just almost like the forgotten river. Everybody focuses on the other two.
Have you ever been towards, between Cross Anchor and Enoree, just the sheer, the waterfalls down there, absolutely gorgeous. It's something to really see, to get that far down.
I have a question about the old Edwards vacant building. So is there any way we can do any like facade improvement on that or get approval or anything in front of it on the sidewalk area? Is that all state? Like, we'd have to get approval from the state since it's SCDOT, just to make it look nice in front of it?
Portions of that front of the property, and I'm coming off the cuff a little bit, would actually be on the property itself, and portions of it would be in the right-of-way. And so it would come down to, I believe improvements could be made in front of the building, not as part of the building.
Right.
That I think there's sort of things that we could explore. And we have a conversation going with those guys that we were having the other day. That might be a good avenue to pursue what could be done in front.
The interim.
In the interim. And it's really an interim thing, and I'm wrapping my brain around the information we received about the tax credits they have that limit their ability to go and like improve a part of the building and have a tenant come in would disqualify them from an abandoned building tax credit. They'd get 50 cents on a dollar. And I'm not I don't understand finances to a high level. That's about as much as I understand of it, but it limits their ability to the future and what they could do with the building, taking away part of the tax credits. But I think something that's not a part of the building, that maybe there could be improvements that could enhance that view that would not disqualify there. So I think we could pursue that and have a conversation with them about what they could and couldn't do to do that.
That building is compromised actually anyway. Greg, the old Edwards Furniture Building, isn't the basement compromised? I mean, isn't that where the problem is over with that building?
I am not sure. I haven't been in it or anything, but.
Had some issues with some waters and people going in there, close it up. The compromise part would be the old floor.
Yeah.
They wanted to make it like a approved because of the load and trusses. Don't really know where that ever ended up because they never did it.
I remember when,
Make a restaurant out of it, and that didn't work.
do you remember when the fellows wanted to buy it and Calvin Cox wasn't giving the right of way to use it? Okay, and I think when he did his due diligence on the building, if I'm not mistaken, there was issues with the pilings, up under, in the,
And I'm sure that's the case, because it's not like they could just go in, slap a coat of paint and open up
Yeah.
business. There's things that have to be done. Whether it's to the point that the building has to be torn down, that I'm not sure about. I couldn't figure that at all, but there would have to be some stuff addressed.
I was thinking, I remembered that from when we approached that to initially 10, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Well, we're supposed to follow up this week so we can double check on the outside and see if that's something that we just established a relationship with them, so. We're friends, so we could ask.
Good, they have,
Let's
don't
make
wanna
this
open
nice
a
on the
can of
outside,
worms,
yeah.
but-
We can't go on the inside. I think that was pretty clear,
No,
but
yeah, I
let's,
don't,
yeah.
I'm just thinking if we could do something with maybe facade improvement, if maybe they could like apply for that, if we could do something on the outside or,
Okay.
you know, make it look more pretty
more
downtown.
appealing.
Yeah, I
Actually, just
appreciate
having
that.
a relationship with this group is
Exactly.
more than
Yeah.
we've had. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
no,
more
no.
than, in years. That's
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
than
Exactly.
what the city's ever had.
You just won't put lipstick on a pig. I mean, that's, you know, that's basically what you're doing. You spend
Well, it's
wasting
better
money
than no
to.
lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna sit there a while, so I'd rather it be pretty, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, anybody else on council have questions or thoughts for
Well,
Jay?
weather.
If not, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Ways and Means Committee, Chair Baumgartner.
All right, I call the Ways and Means Committee to order. Myself, Kelly Byers, Lisa Lane, Wayne McCall, and Brantley Vest are all present. I would entertain a motion to approve the August 5th minutes.
Motion to approve.
Have a second for that?
Second.
Thank you, ma'am. We've got a second for that. We have no other business at this point. Shannon is working on some things that over the next couple months, we expect to come through this committee, and the finance report will be out here next week also for everyone to look at. Does anybody on council or the committee have any questions for me? All right, hearing none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
You, second?
Second.
Thank you, sir.
Old business, we have none. New business, we have none. Miscellaneous matters. Jay, you got any additional updates from Shannon or notes?
No, she took it very easy on me.
Okay.
So when she left, she was going to stand with her update email that she sent
Yep.
before she left. And that's her administrative
Okay.
report for this month. There was nothing else at this time.
Great. Thank you, Jay. We appreciate it. All right. Does anybody on council have anything for the good of council?
I do. Hi, everybody. I want to get on your calendars an opportunity. We're going to have a Youth Council Academy, and we're going to advertise it later this month, but I want to give you all the information. It's going to be for middle schoolers. It's going to be on Saturday, November 9th from 10 to noon, and then Tuesday, November 12th, during our committee meeting, the students will come and they'll share something. So again, Saturday, November 9th, 10 to noon. Anybody who would like to come by, we already have the curriculum done and they have time. They're going to create their presentations. And then Tuesday, we'll be here because Monday's Veterans Day. So we'll have the committee meeting on November 12th and they'll be coming to our committee meeting. And it'll be application first come, first serve. And you'll see the details later this month and so how people can sign up.
Well, Shanice, I know this is a passion of yours, so I appreciate you putting the effort behind it. It's going to be really cool. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Shanice, what kind of, not to go fully into the curriculum, but what kind of presentation will they be working on? And
Okay, so the presentation, they're going to get an understanding of all the different job duties at City Hall and City Council, and what's the difference between local, state, and national. And then we're going to let them see the city plan that we have, our master plan, and what suggestions they would make to the master plan to give us a presentation on that Tuesday.
thank you.
Perfect.
So I won't have to do anything after that, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Good.
Professor Chris has got it
That's the
covered.
focus group of our youth for you.
Yeah. Very cool. Wayne, is it your birthday today?
What?
Or was that
Oh,
yesterday?
no. Mine was Saturday? Saturday.
Okay,
And
Saturday,
Niles-
yeah.
Niles was yesterday.
Oh, Niles was yesterday. Okay, okay. Yeah.
One day, and my daughter's is the 5th. So we just have birthday cake for a week, you know?
Well, I hope you had a lovely birthday. Yeah.
Point over here about, is today Mac's birthday? Yes.
Okay. You guys are getting older day by day. Well, happy birthday to you both. All right, anybody else on council have anything for the good of council?
I just wanted just one last thing to invite anybody who's interested. On Thursday, we're doing a celebration of public art. The 3 murals that have just been completed, it's going to be at 10 a.m., so it'll be a little bit cooler in the day. If anyone's available, you're welcome to join us. We're going to have the artists there and a conversation about the art, and the businesses who really helped become the canvases for these.
And we'll be beside
Correct.
Loftus Printing.
Yes, thank you. Mhm.
And if anybody wants to know, if you don't know already, the gentleman to the right on here is the illustrious Pop Kramer. Pop entertained presidents. He entertained
3 of
people.
them.
How many?
3.
He had 3 presidents?
Pretty cool.
His grandson still lives in town, has a business in town. His great-granddaughter's husband is a chiropractor here in town, so their roots are still here. And, he was quite a gentleman, man. He was the stuff. And people are proud of that, to see that on there.
Well,
Local people, anyway, yeah.
It's interesting, doing the mural, we found out that High Wheel Barber is actually related, and that's the name because of the bike that he had.
That's his great-great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of
Very cool.
pieces kind of fell into place, and the community was very excited to add Pop.
Yeah,
There
that's,
is a woman who practices her unicycle riding at Furman in the evenings, and she tries to run over me a lot. So maybe we should also invite her. to
Yeah, we have a couple unicyclists. There's one at Sunrift a good bit that goes around.
I mean, no matter where I am at Furman, she's trying to run
She's
into
coming to get
me,
you.
so.
Brenda, you know Miranda Anthony.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
who she's talking about. That's his great-great-granddaughter.
It's crazy how everything's
It is,
connected.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Well, great. Well, thank you, Sherry. That's another, I appreciate our council members stepping up, doing extra things. You've done a great job on these murals, so we wouldn't have them without you. All right, anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor?